The thing that makes this problem interesting is the fact that we have irreducible, well, we have second degree factors is the deal. We have second degree factors down on the bottom in the denominator, and we don't just have one, we have the second power of a second degree factor. So we get to use that other idea. Let's start our decomposition model. X cubed plus x squared, this is the question, over x squared plus 4 parentheses the second power. Now let's decompose it. Now the first factor we're going to have in the denominator is going to be x squared plus 4 to the first power, and then plus we're going to have x squared plus 4 to the second power. In the numerator, remember, it's not just a and b. No, we have to have something more complicated. We have to have a first degree expression in the numerator. So this is going to be b sub 1 times x plus c sub 1. The next one will be b sub 2 times x plus c sub 2. And don't get upset about that, because it could be a lot worse. I'm telling you, this is not going to be as bad as you think. Okay. So first we're going to get rid of all the fractions by multiplying both sides by the LCD, and that's just x squared plus 4 parentheses to the second power. When we do that, this is what we'll get. We'll get x cubed plus x squared. It gets rid of the fractions. Equals, parenthesis, b sub 1 times x plus c sub 1, the numerator, times x squared plus 4, and then the plus sign comes down, b sub 2 times x plus c sub 2 times 1. We'll simplify the right-hand side, get rid of all the parentheses. I'll just skip all the hard work and show you the result. B sub 1 times x cubed plus 4 times b sub 1 times x plus c sub 1 times x squared plus 4 times c sub 1 plus b sub 2 times x plus c sub 2. Okay. Let's see. So now we're going to gather I'll put the x cubed plus x squared. Gather the coefficients together on each side of the parenthesis. On the left side, we have 1 times x cubed plus 1 times x squared. On the right side, when we gather coefficients together, we have b sub 1 times x cubed plus c sub 1 times x squared plus a whole bunch of stuff times x, which is parenthesis 4b sub 1 plus b sub 2 parenthesis times x, and then the constant at the end that has no power of x. It's just the constant number, parenthesis 4 times c sub 1 plus c sub 2. Okay, now we are going to equate the coefficients. Let's equate this coefficient of x cubed with this coefficient, and that's going to give us, when we solve for b sub 1, it's just going to give us b sub 1 is equal to 1. Next, we're going to equate the coefficients of, let's see, of x squared. So here's the coefficient of x squared on the left, it's 1, and the coefficient of x squared on the right is c sub 1. So we have c sub 1 equals 1. Okay, we're doing very well. Okay, now let's continue and equate the coefficients of x. Well, on the left side, the coefficient of x is 0. So on the right side, you got 4 times b sub 1 plus b sub 2. That entire coefficient is just equal to 0. We equated the coefficients together, and that needs more work. And finally, we also have the constant equal to 0. So that's 4 times c sub 1 plus c sub 2 equals 0. That one needs more work too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our b sub 1 equals 1 and c sub 1 equals 1, and we're going to substitute those and get the following. We'll substitute b sub 1 equals 1 here, and it'll give us 4 times 1 plus b sub 2 equals 0. And that means we can solve for b sub 2. That gives us b sub 2 equals negative 4. And then we'll substitute c sub 1 equals 0 into this equation, and it will give us 4 times 1 plus c sub 2 equals 0, and then solve that for c sub 2, and we get c sub 2 equals negative 4 also. So we've got b sub 1, c sub 1, b sub 2, c sub 2, and we're ready to conclude by going back to our cloud expression that the answer is equal to, okay, I'm going to just write the right side, so I'll save a little space here. It's equal to b sub 1 times x plus c sub 1 gives us x plus 1 when we substitute the values in for the b sub 1 and the c sub 1 over x squared plus 4. And then the second term is in the cloud is b sub 2x plus c sub 2. Plug in the values we got for that, and we simplify, we get negative 4x minus 4 over the denominator x squared plus 4 to the second power. And we are finished.